Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl, we can't hear you.
Good morning.
Cheryl's in the blue room.
Yeah. My sewing machine and my iron is ready.
Yes. All right. Are you going to sew too, Joanne?
I am. I'm ready.
Yay, this is great. Then we're just going to jump right in and get started. Okay, so I like to start with the pockets on this one and get those all prepped because it just makes it go faster, right? If you lay out all the panels first. So the interior pockets are the 18 by 18 inch cuts of fabric. And you're just going to press the top and the bottom edges of those. And then that, while you're at the iron, that pocket gets pressed in half again. And I like to stagger that top lip just a bit to give it some dimension there. And it will have 4 layers of fabric at the top of the pocket. So that helps keep it stable as well. And then you can see I pressed in those vertical stitch lines because that just helps you divide the pocket nice and straight. So I do like the interior pockets divided in thirds, but you have the freedom to divide them any way that you want, right? So if you want fewer or more pockets, just press in those lines. So let's do the interior pockets first. And I have one completely prepped so you can see what that looks like once it's stitched.
Okay, I still have to do the hems, to sew the hems, stitch the tops of the pockets.
Are you both all pressed?
I am, and I've actually sewn across the top of my
Oh,
pocket.
cool.
So.
Okay, so I have one that is done as well, Joanne, so I could do the other one pretty quick. Where are you at with yours, Cheryl? You need to press still?
I have to just stitch. I have them pressed except for the dividers, but I have to stitch the tops.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna stitch my second top of my interior pocket, and Cheryl will get hers prepped as well. I'm excited to see what fabric you guys picked.
I've gone with the nautical theme.
Yay!
So this is the no, I haven't sewn it. I've just pinned it in place, but that's the outside pockets.
Boy, those lighthouses are a blast.
And then the inside is plain blue with, let's see, these are the inside pockets.
Fun. Really, really fun. And then we'll have to wait for Cheryl to get back to see what she has to work with.
So it looks like you've got green.
Yes, I picked green for the accent and then
Oh,
daisy
cute. I like that.
outside. I wear a lot of jeans, so this will go with,
Yeah,
almost the outfit. And I love navy blue.
I do too. I love the denim look and
Mhm.
nothing about it. Denim and white and
Right? Yeah. And a
yeah.
little pop of yellow is fun, or coral goes great with the navy too. Cheryl's sewing fast. She put the pedal to the metal. You guys have fireworks this year, Joanne, in your town?
We had them on Gatsby Day, and then they're supposed to have them again, as far as I know, for 4th of July. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think that they're going to do them here again, because normally they'd be pre-selling all the tickets by now, and it's just been crickets.
They have to sell tickets to see fireworks?
Yeah,
What?
we have a huge horse facility here where they host a major equestrian event. So they sell tickets to get into it.
Oh, for the horse event.
Well,
Oh,
no,
okay.
for the 4th of July, we use that facility. And so that's why they sell tickets. So they can
Oh.
have, but I like it because they always have tons of events for the kids. It's like out in the country. So, I mean, it's relatively safe. The kids can have a good time.
Yep.
Do
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
But this would be the second year now without any events there. And it's a major fundraiser for the organization that runs it.
Yeah, the first one they did at the beginning of June. Gatsby Days actually is a commemorates something that happened before the Boston Tea Party. It actually, yeah, in Warwick, where I live, they actually burned one of the British ships right off of the coast of our town. And
Oh,
so that's celebrated here. And so there was a parade for this year, and I didn't get to go to it, but there was also fireworks, which I didn't see. And then usually, so that's just outside. And then usually there's fireworks on the beach. So again, that's, pay for that, So I went
yeah.
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
So the Gatsby Day, what day does that happen on, or what month?
It's June. I know they celebrate it over the course of several weekends, so I couldn't tell you what the specific day is. But I remember studying it when we were kids, but just a little bit. I've been trying to familiarize myself again with it, but I know there's controversy surrounding celebrating it. So
Yeah, I thank you for sharing, because I love to learn more about different places and the events and things, and I wasn't aware of it.
most people aren't. I mean, most states wouldn't be. Everybody thinks of the Boston Tea Party, but the several things leading up to it, nobody thinks
Right.
about. Where up here we do. It's.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
Hi,
morning,
Sally.
Wendy.
Hi,
How have you been?
good. How have you guys been?
We're doing good.
Good.
We're sewing a bag. The three of us are sewing. Cheryl's stitching her pockets right now. Have you ever made this bag? It's the summer sling.
No, I've never made it, but I've never seen. I never seen a YouTube for it, so that's why I wanted to see it. You don't have a YouTube video for it, do you?
Yeah,
Oh, you do.
yeah.
Oh,
It's on the Elements 3 site, the main sewing page. She put it up.
Yep.
oh,
This is
The video, the picture of the video doesn't look like a bag. It just kind of looks like it's laying down, so you can't tell that's what it is. But it's like the
Oh.
first one at the beginning of the page.
oh! I didn't know that there was I didn't know there was a YouTube for it. I just saw. Well, because I was listening to all of the old videos because I've missed so many, and I didn't realize that there was a YouTube for this one too.
Yep. And so this is my fabric. Show her yours, Joanne.
Okay.
Yay, Cheryl.
Oh my goodness.
I finished some things on
lighthouse,
the other pieces too.
Daisy.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Show us your fabric.
Oh, okay.
There's
It's
a bunch of lighthouses off the coast of Rhode Island, so.
Yeah, you got a lighthouse. She has daisies. That looks like that looks like Susie's. Remember that what she had, what she was wearing that time?
Yeah, this is cotton though, but hers was probably a knit. I'm guessing.
Oh, okay.
I like that. That's very cute.
Yeah, that looks fun.
everything on the floor.
Uh-oh, Cheryl, I'm sorry to mess you up. I'm just curious what you picked for yourself.
Okay, it was in my stash. It's Mardi Gras fabric.
Oh man.
Has little-
All right, go to the Big E when they have the parades and they throw out the beads and.
I've
I
only
know.
gone there once.
You have-
Oh my gosh, you gotta go again.
You've
Yeah.
been to Joanne? You've been
What's
to? You've been to
Yeah.
Mardi Gras?
This is
No, I'm
the-
talking about a fair that happens up here. It's like a big New England fair, but every year they have like the floats that go by and they throw out the beads. So they actually do like a Mardi Gras thing at this fair every year.
It's a fun place. It's almost like the fairs we have out in Ohio, just not as much.
Big.
Nice. What's the accent fabric, Cheryl?
This is the lining,
I
Wow.
like that. That's pretty.
the Hoffman, one of those challenge fabrics.
Gorgeous,
The
gorgeous.
inside pockets are just a purplish
Really
kind of
pretty.
thing.
Okay, so I see you both have your panels notched at the top, so that's awesome. Do you both have your exterior pockets prepped too?
Yeah, I do.
Even stitched, Cheryl?
Yeah, that's what took me so long.
Oh, good. Okay, all I have to do is just stitch one of my exterior pockets then. And I have to notch out my body panels. But I can show Sally how to do that since she's on the line. And then I will be caught up to both of you. So Sally, the exterior body panels are 18 by 18. So are the interior as well. And what you want to do is fold that in half, like sideways, right? So this is the top of the bag and this is the base of the bag in case you have a directional print. Joanne definitely has directional print and the pockets for sure. Is yours directional, Cheryl? It might be.
The lining
Yeah.
is, but
Well, isn't the outside, the cards must be directional.
no, they go all different ways. They're upside down, they're
Oh, nice.
sideways.
Oh,
Yeah. But I made it so this lady with the feathers on her head is looking up. She's my favorite.
I was gonna say, does she resonate with you?
Absolutely.
That's fun. Okay, so Sally, what you do is you're gonna measure in 3 inches from the right-hand top corner across the top, right? And then 3 inches down on the center fold. So the cutting mat is super useful for this. Can you see that? How I just got it angled? So I'm 3 inches down and 3 inches over. And that's what, if the ladies will hold up their body panels that are already angled, that's what's going to give you that fun shape.
I
With-
wanted to say, Andrea, when I looked at your video,
Uh-huh.
your V looked deeper than mine. So I watched you do it over and you did 3 across and then you went down 4.
Did I?
Yeah, so
That's-
I did 4 down like you did it because I like the
The
deep.
deeper V? What
But
did you?
the video said 3 though. You said 3
Yeah,
in the
she
video.
said 3, but she cut 4. I have eyes for detail. I'm not criticizing.
So-
I just want to say that I like the deeper cut, so I cut mine that way.
And you do have freedom with that, but I'll be curious to see both together. Hold them both up again so I can decide what I want. Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna go with the 3 for this one so I can compare it to the one that I already made then. That's pretty, Cheryl. That looks really nice. Okay, so you do have flexibility, Sally, if you want a deeper V, but what the V actually lets the bag do is sit nice on the hip,
Ah,
right?
mhm.
So there may even be, for those of you that sew a lot of garments, there may even be some logic to making that a little deeper too, right? On how it will ride.
it'll fit my big hip better.
So maybe bigger, I mean, that legitimately there might be some logic there. So if you have a bigger, torso, then maybe you do want it deeper. I have no way to prove that yet, but thank you for noticing, Cheryl, because it will be a fun experiment for us. I had some other ideas on how to customize this too, that when we start assembling it, that I might play with too. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the rest of my body panels trimmed up. So you'll do that, Sally, for the interior and the exterior. And once you have one, you could just use it as a template and that'll make it a little bit faster for you. And then I think both Cheryl and Joanne have the pockets in place on their panels. Do you have your pockets in place yet, Cheryl? Pinned?
Oh,
I haven't sewn it.
Okay, but you have them pinned though.
I'm
The
gonna go
front.
do it now.
The front I have.
Okay, so I think I came up 3 inches from the base with the pockets. Is that what you guys remember?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, see how I have everything stacked, Sally? Then you could just make one cut.
Yeah.
Now I have my body panels. I don't use any interfacing on this project because I like it's like super lightweight. It's designed to be a summer bag, so you're not roasting when you're wearing it.
Mhm.
But if you did want a little bit of body, like the Pellon 808 or 809 would be a really great choice. I've never ever made it with quilt batting, so I'm not positive what kind of leg. It might be a little bulky.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way it looked. I was just wondering how big it was going to look on the body.
Well, and because it doesn't have the interfacing, it kind of takes the shape of your body.
Okay.
Yeah. I really enjoy carrying it. It's so comfortable.
Yeah.
I brought my Juki home in that beach bag.
Oh. I didn't even notice it.
It fits perfectly inside of here.
Oh my goodness.
And like the pocket's great for the foot pedal and the cords and everything.
Oh my goodness.
It's a good sewing bag.
I wonder if Suzette has done anything with that the bag, that big 100 pocket bag.
She took it apart.
You did what?
She took it apart. She's making it.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
I never saw it. I never saw yours either.
I have video footage of it, so I'll have to clip that out and show you guys what her massive bag looked like.
So did either of you win?
Purple pocket.
Did either of you win the prize?
They well, I can't win because I was sponsoring.
Right. Well, yeah.
There were 3 of us who completed the challenge, Joanne, and believe it or not, all 3 bags are different. All 3 bags had exactly 103 pockets. And so we had a drawing, and both Veronica and Suzette won a prize.
Oh, good.
I don't know what Suzette bought with her prize, though. I'll have to check and see which fabric she bought herself. Okay, so Sally, what I've done is place that exterior pocket on one of the exterior panels. And
We're
yes,
doing
Cheryl?
the exterior.
What's that, Cheryl?
We're doing the exterior. I was pinning my interior.
Yep, we're gonna do all the body panels at the same time. Attach all the pockets to them.
Okay.
I still have to sew up my exterior pocket real fast, so no worries.
All right.
This print is kind of difficult to tell which way is up, though.
Same
Can
with
you tell?
No, not really. There's no stems on it, so you can do whatever you want.
Looks like the way you had it was the right way.
Yeah, look good.
It's one of those ones, every time you look at it, you focus on a different bouquet and you're like,
So when we're doing the bottom, is it just stitching across the bottom? Like,
for the
in any-
pocket, yes. So first stitch across the bottom of the pocket and then divide the pocket.
okay, all right. 2 lines or 1?
I usually only put 1 line across the bottom, but you could totally add 2 lines if you like the look. And
Okay.
then when you start dividing them, Joanne, definitely back stitch at the top of that pocket a couple of times.
I keep getting my pins stuck in my rubber thumb.
Uh-oh, I wondered what that was. Is that to keep you safe?
No, I have psoriasis on my thumb, and when you put plastic over the medicine on it, it's called occlusion, and it helps it work better.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I'm supposed to sew with gloves on, but it's very difficult. So I don't all the time, and I end up getting psoriasis. So,
Oh no, Cheryl.
yeah.
Something very strange is happening with this thread today.
The same thing happens when I bead.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm used to it. This stuff's been around since I've been 11.
oh darn.
Oh, this is wonderful. I love this bag. My cousin that lived in Louisiana is going to want this one.
Yes. Are you gonna give it away?
I might give it to her, my little Cajun cousin.
That's cute. She will love it. It folds up nice and tidy so you can ship it no problem.
Yeah, huh?
That third technique that Ramona demonstrated yesterday with the belled seam.
Yeah.
I have so many good ideas for that for bag construction.
Really?
Oh, yes. I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, especially when you're working like with the leathers and the vinyls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get some detail, a lot of really fun details with the top stitching using that.
Yep.
You're muted, Joanne.
Whoops, you talking to us, Joanne?
That was in Threads magazine years ago, so I recognized it, and so I've done it before.
Oh,
But that's why I knew like you have to add to the seam allowance.
Yeah, I knew what you meant right away, Joanne.
You had to. You have to. Yeah.
in a garment? Is that what you're talking about? Like, or your outfit will be too small?
Right. Right. It's like, otherwise, you'd be taking in too much.
What if I cut it a size bigger?
Right. Well, I don't know. I would just add to the size the amount that whatever your seam allowance is going to be, you just need to add that amount more.
Because that would work really good with that super short skirt I have too, that I wanted to put the lining in.
Yeah. So you would only have to do it to one side. You wouldn't have to do it to both. Just
Right.
the one. I think it's the back side is what you would have to do it to.
I think I will try it.
What you think?
What's that?
The back side?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it on a skirt first and see how it goes with that.
I got my dates wrong. I thought yesterday was the day that she canceled.
No, it's the 30th.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, where are we at? Are you guys attaching the pockets to the X?
Yeah.
Yep.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah. Let's-
So we're going to sew across the bottom first.
Yes, and then divide it vertically, Cheryl.
Okay.
Make sure you back stitch at the top and the bottom of the pocket division, because a lot of stress goes on that top of the pocket.
Okay.
Have you been sewing, Sally? Or you still have to sit
No.
out?
No, I was sewing at all.
You're on the bench.
What'd you say?
The coach benched you.
My daughter cut out some patterns for me.
Oh, did she? What a sweetie.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That's the part I hate.
The cut out patterns.
Oh,
You were on my mind, Sally, this morning, so I was praying for you. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you.
That's so sweet,
She cut
Joanne.
out some patterns. She saw me looking at patterns. She said, "Oh, can I cut them out?" I was like, "Oh, sure." I was like,
Heck yeah, that could be a little business for her. Ladies would just order the fabric, have it shipped to her. She'll cut it out. She'll ship it back.
I laughed because when I looked at them, the cut lines were like jagged.
Oh, that's no fun.
did I ever tell you about this fabric I purchased from England? I don't remember the company. I don't even know if they're in business, but their pattern was printed right on the fabric.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And you had to just cut it because I hate all that measuring you do to get the
Yeah.
straight grain.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
And for a little while, some of the, remember when the like fabric printing first became popular? Like Hawthorne Threads prints a lot of their own fabrics. Some of those places were talking about that they would print your patterns on the fabric.
Yeah.
I haven't found one that's doing that yet. Have you all? No? Then you could just cut it right out.
Okay, ready to sew.
Me too, Cheryl.
So I'm sewing across the bottom and then the division of the pockets.
Yep, and that's exactly what I'm doing now.
Okay. Do I sew up the sides?
I don't, I just leave
Okay.
them flipped.
All righty. Ooh, getting hot.
Why don't you bring back your Juki?
Why did I bring it back?
Yeah, why are you using your Juki? Why'd you go get your Juki?
Well, I'm seriously thinking about getting myself another one because it's so heavy to carry, but I don't like to sew on anything else now. Like the thought of sewing this bag on that other machine was making me go,
Oh, okay.
So I carried it home for this. Because this time of day at the studio, sometimes the internet can be in high demand. And so I didn't want to lose you guys.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I'm torn if I should get another Juki, which, you know, I wasn't happy with their customer service, but I like the machine. Or if I should get a Janome and focus on the quilting with the Janome.
Mm.
But I think you can quilt with this really nice too, because this 1/4" foot.
Mm-hmm.
So, or I could just carry it back and forth, but it weighs a lot.
Mm.
I feel like it weighs 50 pounds.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's heavy duty. But the nice thing about that, it doesn't slip around the table.
You don't want a stationary machine for your place?
Oh, I have tons of sewing machines there. It's just I don't like them like I like this one. Don't you have a favorite machine like where you're
I
kind of
have one machine.
grumpy if you can't work on that one? You're like,
I just have one. I don't have multiple ones.
that's nice for you, Sally, because
No, I need to get another one now.
it's a problem when you get too many of them, because then you gotta find a place to put them all. I only have so many just from teaching, which I hope I can do again in the near future because I miss seeing people.
Is
Something,
something wrong with your bobbin?
yeah, something is going on with it. I may just re-thread it because it keeps catching. Yeah, it's not happy.
Oh, somebody's sewing really fast.
That's Cheryl. She's really fast sewer.
Oh yeah, Joanne's on mute. She doesn't want us to know how fast she's sewing. She might be done already.
She had some prep. She did have some prep done ahead of time.
Maybe you should just no longer get no more domestic machines.
I do love the Genomes though. I use the heck out of them for like 7 years. I just think I just sewed them, you know, like probably the feed dogs are wore down on them. All the parts are probably wore down because I sewed on them so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to decide what I'm going to do the most of, right? If I want to just do bags, this is better. But if I want to get into the quilting, were you on Tina's class for the quilting? Did you see how beautiful those are?
I saw the quilt, but no, I didn't watch the whole thing. I never quilt.
Yeah,
Mm.
I want to.
I just did that one quilt, like the block thing. I don't do the little tiny quilt. Little tiny squares.
hi ho, it's off to work we go. Hi ho, hi ho. Il sole mio, la la la, la mi, la la, la 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 la. Tomorrow.
Da, 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 da. La, 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 la.
I love
Was that you, Joanne?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know the song too, Andrea?
I don't know, but both of these ladies have beautiful voices. Do you sing, Sally?
No, not well.
You'd have a sewing serenade.
Oh boy.
Mhm. I couldn't see the lines of my thirds on the pocket.
Oh, even though you pressed them in, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't see them on at least on one set, so I had to draw them in.
Okay. What do you use when you want to draw?
Well, I use different things, but I like this, the bone chalk liner.
Is
It's just
it
like a mechanical pencil, but it's chalk.
really? Oh, that's what I would prefer. I don't like
I like it.
those Frixon ones. As soon as I iron them, the lines disappear.
Yeah,
Also disappear.
Well, you got to be careful with those because, well, you might not see that where you live, but if you're in cold weather,
Oh yeah, they
all
come
the
back.
lines can reappear. They
Yeah, like,
disappear
no.
in heat, but they come back in cold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you just have to know that and know.
And there's some fabrics that they don't get off of, like velvet. I made a velvet pillow and it didn't come off.
Oh no.
For the velvet to be delivered yet?
It was a cotton velvet and it didn't come off.
Oh wow. I was surprised.
Are we doing something else now?
Okay, so right now I'm dividing my exterior pockets. Do you have all four panels
Yeah.
ready to roll?
I have three. I
Okay,
just have one more to go.
me too, Joanne, and then we'll do the actual assembly together.
What kind of sewing machine do you have?
Which one of us?
Oh, you, Cheryl.
Oh, a Bernina.
Oh
Bernina. Let me look at the number.
no, that's it, Bernina. That's all you had to say.
It matters which one. What is it, Cheryl?
A Bernina 560. It's capable of, you have the piece to add on for the embroidery. But it's only, the biggest hoop is a 5x7. Well, you can put a mega hoop on it, which is really long, but it's not wide. It's more for doing continuous, say you're putting a border on something, you can just keep putting it with that machine. You just keep repositioning the hoop, and it does continuous border, continuous embroidery, I mean.
Is that your actual embroidery machine? Do you actually,
It's both. It's both.
you do
Yeah.
use that then?
Yeah, I do have another embroidery machine, but it only does up to so many stitches. It's a Janome, and it's embroidery only, no sewing on it.
Is it the memory craft one? What is it called? Yeah, memory craft?
No, because it does no sewing at all.
Mine doesn't either. It's just.
Oh, mine is an E
Yeah.
something.
So is mine. Like mine's a
Oh,
350 E.
Okay, it's probably the same then.
Yeah, you don't use it much?
I do sometimes. If I'm embroidering easy stuff, yeah, I'll run them both at the same time. And then I have a machine that does, oh, I love it. Like felting. If you want to put ribbons in felt, and it has 5 needles. It's a felting machine. It's 5 needles and it punches the fabric into the other fabric. That's a Janome.
What's it called?
A
It like called
Janome,
a felting machine
a
or?
felting machine,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you use it much?
No, I did it
Yeah.
first, but no, I don't.
I like hand felting. That's,
Well, I got it because I have that problem with my shoulder.
well, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coming apart. So,
Yeah.
Oh, ouch, Cheryl.
ouch. Ooh, I like that, Joanne. I
Oh,
didn't
that's the
hear that
inside.
before.
Or
Is it
it's,
is it navy or black?
It's navy.
Navy.
It's navy. Yeah.
Really?
Everything's navy and white.
Ah,
Okay, so the next step is to pair up one interior panel with one exterior panel, right sides facing.
okay.
Okay, and we're going to stitch just the top,
All right.
that little 3-inch spans, the angle, and then across the other 3-inch spans. And since I've been sewing clothes with you all, I don't remember in the video if I said, you know, to notch or clip, but you probably
Yeah.
should, and you'll get a better.
And that's, you had said 3/8 of an inch?
You can use 3/8 or 5/8, whatever you're comfortable.
Whatever we want. Okay.
Just be consistent with both.
Andrea, one thing I do when I get to notches like that, I actually draw in the allowance right there at the notch, both ways, so you can see where it crisscrosses, and then you know where to put your needle down to turn.
Show
I
me.
mean, you
Yeah,
know, so
Joanne, wait a minute. Let me come over.
yeah, let us see what you're doing if you can.
yeah, let me do it first. I haven't done it yet.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
I'll pin while I wait.
I'll clip while I wait.
I don't clip until afterwards.
No, I mean, use my clips, not my pins.
Oh, yeah.
The more I adore each time we meet.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, clever.
So then you know where to put the needle. Otherwise, it's hard to know.
That's brilliant,
great.
Joanne. Thank you. Now I have to find something safe to mark with.
Now my lessons in school are coming back.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. What seam allowance did you go with, Joanne? 5/8 or
3/8 because then you don't have to trim as much.
Okay.
What did you do?
3/8.
3/8. Okay.
That's really useful, Joanne.
Well, it's especially good when you're doing clothing.
Yeah.
You know, this I think, you know, it can be has a little more leeway, but depends on how exacting you want to be.
Mhm. Nice. That worked really good.
Good.
And then would you notch or would you clip this type of seam, Joanne? Oh, we can't hear you.
I think that variety is a notch, but I don't, yeah.
Okay.
Underwear, underwear. How I itch from my worn underwear. Oh, I wish I'd gotten some made of cotton, so I wouldn't really I do. Those DVDs, they make me sneeze. When the ladies from the trees, it's me. What are they? What are they?
That worked out perfect, Joanne. Really nice. Okay. You got your panels joined?
Yes.
All right, and how does the little dip look? Mine came together really wonderful.
I haven't turned it yet, but. Yep, looks good.
And so now we're going to open those panels up and position them right sides facing with the exteriors on one end and the interiors on one end. Here's what it looks like, Sally, after you join them. Right, so you got the interior on one end and the exterior on one end. And then you take those two panels and position those right sides facing. So exteriors are on one end, interiors are on the other end. And it will not lay flat for you because we have that curve there. So you're just aligning the seams and the pockets.
Okay, I'm over here. We're putting the bag together now.
Yes, so open up your panels and you should have two of them, one with an exterior and one with an interior.
Oh,
You got yours with you? Hold it up. Let's see. Okay, so now you're going to position those two panels right sides facing, exteriors on one side, interiors on the other side. And Cheryl, you'll want to line up your pockets.
okay.
Side, and then line up that seam on the side, and you should be good.
All right.
Yeah, see, I thought this was a birthing bag.
Birthing?
Yep.
I mean, I guess it kind of is. It's more like a, we're just, you don't have a tiny hole because the hole's in the bottom.
Mhm.
So it's not painful.
Mhm.
I say it's a birth
Let's-
with an epidural.
Leslie,
you
I'm not
get-
sure what a birthing bag is.
Oh, when you pull everything through.
Well, you pull
Oh.
everything through something the size of your fist. It's not very pleasant. And then it's all wrinkled and all crumbly.
Oh, like the hot dog method, that thing, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, gotcha. When you get up to the seams, do you open them up or do you snuggle them? I forget what it's called.
So I put one direction and one the other direction.
Okay, like in quilting. Okay.
Is that nesting? Is that what that's
Yeah,
called?
that's the word I wanted. That's
Oh,
it.
Cheryl, did you kind of like clip your angle?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You mean the V?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
Good work.
Shine on the moon.
So Cheryl, you were singing about underwear earlier. Have you ever made any?
No, I haven't. I was tempted to. And I haven't tried the bras. I went to a meeting on how to make the bras, and I said, no, this is too much of a challenge for me.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
I would love to learn how to do both. It doesn't seem like underwear would be that hard.
no, it doesn't seem like underwear would be hard, but I just never did it.
I mean, it's not even that much fabric, right?
Right, right.
Compared to these garments, which take in 3.5 yards.
I
was gonna say,
should.
I will say this, if we knew how to make underwear, it would certainly cost a lot less. I can't believe the
Yeah.
price of them.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awful.
And they
I
might,
mean, my
I
bras are
should.
like $75. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
they
It
might
is.
be more comfy too.
I should make my own because I'm allergic to latex.
Yeah.
And Jockey is the only one that covers the elastic on the legs and the waist.
Oh.
Yeah. So I should make my own
I
because
think we should experiment on a Thursday with underwear.
home deck.
Sort of home deck.
It sure is.
Yeah, try to find something comparable to Jockey because that's my favorite too.
Yeah,
It fits so good.
a nice cotton brief.
Yep.
So we obviously need a pattern.
There's a girl online that shows you how to make your pattern.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if I still have her. That's who I was going to make it from. I'll look her up and send you a note if I find it.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I believe I have my,
You're all set?
yep, I think I have my pockets and my side seams aligned and everything's clipped. The big thing is make sure that none of your pockets accidentally folded in on you.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to stitch the sides and the exterior base. But the
Okay.
interior base remains open.
All righty.
Andrea, I saw your video and I was wondering about doing part of the base, like, just leaving a smaller hole instead of such a big hole.
I think you can. And what I wanted to do with mine, if it isn't going to mess you guys up, I don't have to do it if it's going to mess you up, but I wanted to add depth to my corners. So I was going to go ahead and do that, Joanne, and stitch in some so I could create some depth, because I'm really curious what this bag will look like if it has depth and a little shorter handle to it. So are you guys good with, I can continue walking you through the regular construction process so you have a bag that looks like in the video, but are you okay if I add depth to mine? So you can see.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
Go ahead.
curious too, but I'm like, if I don't like it, then I'd be taking it
Yeah.
apart.
No, I don't recommend you do the depth right now. Make the bag that
Yeah.
is in the video that you know you're gonna like. But I've been thinking about it ever since I cut out this fabric and I'm like, I want to know what that looks like. So you're familiar with the fat corner method where you align the base seam and the side seam to
Yeah.
get the bag depth? That's all I'm gonna do. And see, I'll just see what happens.
Okay.
And if I don't like the look of it, I could not cut it and just take out the
Right.
seam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now I'm at the same spot you are. I'm going to do the sides and the exterior base and then a little bit of the interior base because I want to get enough that I can create those corners. So it's up to you, Cheryl, if you want to leave yourself like a 6-inch turn hole on the interior is perfectly fine.
Okay. The same stitch width.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
One of my things is bigger than the other.
What?
What did you do?
Which one? Let's see.
See?
Yeah, try and
Big.
that's on the exterior. See if you can smooth it out a little.
Yeah. What did I do wrong?
It might be with how it's pinned, Cheryl.
Okay.
So check that.
All right.
And then you might have to get out your tape measure or your ruler.
Yeah. I'm going to have a crooked pocket.
I don't want that. And you
No.
definitely don't want all your money to fall out.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Or your beads.
Right. Joanne, have you ever made underwear?
No, I haven't. I've thought about it, but
Oh, I don't know what I did, but it's coming out good now. I just have a little puff somewhere
Okay, nice.
until I start sewing it. Let's see. Chance d'amour. See my little pin cushion? Isn't she cute?
Oh, she's adorable.
A little black cat dressed up like a bunny.
That's sweet.
Okay. I'm going to leave 6 inches open.
Today for our live stream, you know, that we've been doing with the club leaders, we're interviewing another artist.
Oh.
Yeah, his first name is Bruce. I don't know his last name, but it'll be on the main Element 3 Facebook. If you go to Jennifer's painting classes, I think he's a member there too. Have you met him, Joanne?
oh,
His name's
I don't know. I didn't realize it was somebody from the class. I knew we were talking about stuff, but I didn't think it was somebody from the class.
He might have just been a special guest. He's a group works leader though, but he's a really talented artist.
I know before I joined, they had some speakers come in, so it could be like somebody they had before I came.
Yeah. Okay, so I just have the little opening in mine at the base of this. So to add my corners, I'm gonna work inside out in case you do decide that you want to add these later. And I'm just gonna align that side seam with the base seam of the exterior first. But the maximum depth that you can possibly achieve, it has to fall below your pockets. So 4 inches would be your max depth. If you did need more depth, you would have to bump up those pockets on the exterior when you're building out those panels.
How's it coming out, Andrea, at the base?
I think pretty good. I'm excited to see. I'm really tempted to just go ahead and clip the corners. I think it'll be okay.
Can you turn one just to kind of see it or no?
Yeah, I can turn it and
Before I get the rest of it done, I'm really curious.
okay. And it may be that it lays nicely since it doesn't have a lot of bulk in there. So let me see if I can give you an idea. Oh yeah, that's cute.
I like that.
Let me get it fit for you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Look at that.
Yeah. Did you use 3 inches? Is that what you used?
I did 4 inches. Just make sure that you're not cutting into your pocket with your stitch line, because ideally, you want a little bit of space there at the bottom for your pocket
Right.
stitched. So you could do 3 or 4 inches. Just measure. Yeah, that's so fun. Do you see?
Oh, yeah,
Look at that.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I like it a lot better, to tell you the truth.
Oh, have fun. And now
Yeah.
I am going to put a shorter strap on
Uh-huh.
mine so that it's just a shoulder bag.
Mm.
Cute, cute. Do you want depth on yours, Cheryl?
Pardon?
Do you want to add depth on yours, or you want it nice and flat?
Yeah, I'll add depth.
So do you know how to do it? You're going to reach inside and align the side seam and the base seam to get that flat corner. Do you know how to do it? I can show
It's
you.
been a while.
Okay. So if you, let me turn mine back around inside out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so is this where you're at right now? You just have a little opening in the bottom?
Yeah,
Okay, so start with the interior. You're going
oh,
to take
yes.
the side seam and the base seam and align them, and then measure across there like 4 inches
Okay,
and stitch. Just make sure you're not cutting into your pocket. So I like to stitch on the side where I can see the stitching from the pocket,
all righty.
and stitch to the right of that.
And you're doing that on 4 corners.
Yep, on all 4 corners.
Okay.
Do you like that look, Sally?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got a new bag. You gotta rename it. I think Cheryl named the last bag that we made together the garden tote.
Did I miss it?
It was in the, like, about this time last year, wasn't it, Cheryl?
Oh yeah, then I missed it.
And it was made out of flowers too.
I remember they sent me an email from Bernina to look at their sewing machines.
They got you in, what, how'd they get your email address?
I don't know. Well, I mean, junk mail or whatever. And I looked at those sewing machines, and somehow I got like one of the prices, and I was like, oh no, what?
Oh, right? Like, it's sticker shocks. The price on some of these is like, oh my God.
I was like,
This one was like $600 or $700, but I had to replace the foot pedal, which was $100, which I wasn't thrilled about. But that, like, I'm like, that's a normal amount for me to spend, like, but thousands and thousands people spend. And I'm like,
Yeah, I have to say, my first machine that I bought, I bought for like 500, and that was years, we're talking like 1980. That was my first machine, but it was top of the line for that model, for that brand at the time.
yeah.
And I've had it for years and years and years. And then the foot pedal power, it was like the foot pedal itself had a power to it. And that died, and I couldn't find it online in a replacement, because by that time Kenmore had gone out of business. Since then, I found one because it ended up being my daughter's machine, because that's what she learned on. And so I said, okay, I'm going to get another really good machine. So yeah, I spent like, let me see, 2,500 for my FAF.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And you're happy though.
I love that machine, and right now it is in because of what I did to it when I was making the jacket. I mean, it just went out of line, and I really am upset with that happened with it. But I had loaned my manual machine, like a nicer, it was a Kenmore, but I had loaned it to a college during COVID, and they were supposed to get it back to me. And when I called, I still don't have it back. So I don't think I'll ever get the machine back.
Oh.
Yeah, it was for students who didn't have machines. And so I was like, okay, I'm not using this right now. Yeah, I'll load it.
Wait a minute. You loaned it to a college and the college isn't going to give it back to you?
Well, it could be they loaned it to a student and then the student never got, it's like during COVID, you don't even know if the students graduated or came back or anything.
Or a
So I
lot.
think what happened is the student has it, but they never really, got back to me on it. So I wanted to call one more time just to check, but I'm guessing it's gone.
Oh.
And they're not accountable for it?
They should be. Since I loaned it, but I wouldn't bring them to court over it.
I mean, you shouldn't have to. It's a college.
I know.
Okay, so we do need to get the bottom, the little hole closed up. So, of course, hand stitching that would just be amazing, but I don't mind seeing the stitch line.
Do you know what I always do when I have those? I always stop and base stitch it and then keep going.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
And I also sometimes I'll use that Stitch-A-Witch and glue it shut.
Oh, yeah. Well, I sewed mine shut
I'm gonna sew mine shut.
by accident. I'm doing the frog stitch now.
Yeah, see, like the reason I base it is because I can just easily take the base stitches out and then re-sew them.
Yeah.
Another little trick if you don't do that is, can you see the seam? Let me put my other light on. Is to sew up,
You lift it up higher?
up this seam. Yep. 1 minute. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it anyway.
Yeah, hold it like that and we can see.
Okay, here's the seam.
Uh-huh.
Go up the seam and then sew all the way around.
Yeah.
Come across and sew down, and it makes the fabric want to turn automatically in so you don't struggle with it.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It works really nicely.
Because for some reason mine doesn't go straight across if I don't base it.
You know what I hated when we were in school, in junior high school, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade? They made us baste everything. Oh, it took forever to.
I think they were just trying to keep you quiet.
Stop singing, Miss Spiro.
They were just wasting time there.
Oh,
Yeah.
so, you could have had something done so fast.
We only had sewing for half a year, 1 year. That was
Yes,
it.
too. 8th grade, we had cooking.
Yep, half a year cooking and half a year sewing.
Yeah. I did okay with the baking, but the cooking, I didn't do so good.
Isabel had sewing this year. And, she's been sewing since she was 5.
Wow.
She just sat right down and whipped out a mask, and the teacher's like, "Wow."
Yeah.
That's great. And my high school teacher, I just loved her, Mrs. Dudubois.
Oh, nice.
She was from France. She came over during the war. And she was a, what's the word I want? She was a designer.
Really? Like a fashion designer?
Yes. And
Wow.
she got work teaching sewing. So,
Wow.
she taught us a lot of couture.
Oh, I bet she did. She couldn't help herself.
No, she was great. I loved her.
Do you cut off your corners like at the bottom or?
I did just because we had flipped it around and decided we did like the look. If there's any chance you're going to change your mind, don't cut them.
No, I just wondered if you just leave it because it's at the bottom or.
I did the first time that I turned it around and showed you, the corners were on there, so it didn't seem to bother it much.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, after seeing yours, I knew I was going to like it.
Yay. Okay, so this is the point where you might want to heat up your iron and just give that top edge a good press. I'm going to go turn my. And then while the iron's heating up, and give some thought to how long you might want your strap now that you have that depth. So if you still want to wear it crossbody, you're gonna need a nice long strap. I'm just gonna wear mine over the shoulder for this style. So I'm gonna do my strap much shorter. I'll probably cut mine like 26 inches long. Hey, Joanne, can you hear me?
Yes.
When Ramona says she irons to set the stitches, what does she
Yep.
mean?
Yep, I understand. What she means is that if you just press open your seams and don't what she calls set them first, your opened seams won't be as nicely pressed. So what happens is when you press down on the seam allowance before you open it up, on each side, it kind of melds the stitches on both sides together more. So it flattens them out and just kind of gives them a nice look. And then you press them open and you press on both sides. And it just gives a totally nicer look. It presses so much nicer.
Okay, cool.
Now, I don't know if you would notice it on like a bag or something, but certainly on clothes, it would show up more.
Thank you.
When I was looking up this thing about, how you do put in the depth at the base, I came across this thing online. Now I'm not a math person, and you would, after now twice saying something math, you'd be surprised. But they had what was called the 1, 2, 3 method. It was called, and that's how you base it off of. Like for example, this one you did 4 across. But if you were to measure it down on the seam allowance, it's 2. And if you measure down on the angle, it's 3. And then across is 4. So it's 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
So if you were to do it, if you really want to get it perfect or whatever,
yeah.
you would just, measure that and that way.
Oh, that's fun. And they call it the 1, 2, 3 method?
I think that's what they said it was called. I don't know if that was just me, but it made sense to me. And I've been like using it with this just to see. And I was like, yep, I can see it. It works.
Oh, good. Okay, mine is pressing very nice. I just had one little slight variation in the darn exterior pocket though. It's just slightly off. I mean, I'm the only person on earth that will ever see, but
Yeah, mine on the inside I know is.
it's not much. It's like an eighth of an
Yep.
inch, but I tried to get them so they line up nice. You like it, Sally?
I do. I didn't see that variation, but okay.
What didn't you see?
The variation.
How to do it?
No, I did not see the variation you were talking about. Did you see
Oh,
it?
at the bottom? Well, it was either the bag was going to be flat, just kind of like a flat bag totally. So
No,
the
she said
bottom
there
is
was a
just
variation in her stitches.
and her stitches.
Did you see the
right.
variation she's talking about?
Yeah, it's right there.
Can you see it, Joanne?
No, I can't see it. No, I can't.
Good. It is slight, but thankfully the print is busy. Okay,
Nobody can see it but her.
where is Cheryl? Is she okay?
Carol is still ironing the top.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and I'm still doing the base, so
With your corners?
yeah, I've just got the 2 corners left.
I decided to keep it the old way.
Oh, you did, Cheryl?
Yeah, I think my cousin will like it that way.
Okay, because then we can hold them up and do a comparison.
Okay.
That will be fun for us.
I have to show you this little thing that my friend made me for ironing in small spaces.
Mhm.
She took a TV tray,
Oh, yeah.
a wooden TV tray,
Oh, nice.
and she put batting and made an ironing board cover. And
I like that.
that's what I use in this little room.
Oh,
Cheryl, take a look.
oh, I'm getting one of those. How much batting do I need to put on it to protect the wood from melting, or
I don't
Just
know.
the top.
just one layer? That's it?
Well, I also use that wool pad, so I.
I definitely want one of those.
And you could use the Insulbrite on it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay, so now we have to put our handles on.
Yep. So the strap, you're going to do yours long, Cheryl, since you kept the
Yeah.
other version.
Okay,
And
I'm
so
gonna go. Okay, go ahead.
you put those straps right sides facing,
Mm-hmm.
and you sew the long sides and then turn it around. Press super good, and you're going to press the short ends under to the inside so it's finished.
Okay.
And Joanne, if you add like a little removable base to this, just sew a little pillowcase the same distance as the base and insert kind of like a little plastic or Pellon 70, it will give you even more stability on the base of this.
Like we did with the commuter tote.
Yeah. Well, actually, we sew an independent one for that. I'm
We
just
sewed
talking,
not an independent base. We did like well,
yeah, I'm talking
oh,
about
we did do an independent base. You're right, we did.
you would just insert it on the inside and you could take it out if you needed to wash it or whatever. It's basically, it's just a pillowcase with some interfacing or plastic on the inside.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't do that with that one. No, we were it's all enclosed.
Sally, did you ever get a rivet machine?
Yeah.
You could do a leather handle on this or the vegan leather and put rivets on it and it would be so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Really cute.
The pattern that Jenny was cutting out has rivets all in it. Well,
Uh,
has, needs rivets.
yeah. I want to make one of those country cow bags.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
bought like 3 of her patterns and I got to decide which one I'm going to sew.
Which ones did you buy?
I will have to look in my Etsy purchases to tell you. I bought the one that Suzette has and then 2 other ones that I really liked.
It's on Etsy? I thought she has it right on her website.
Oh, I bought them from her Etsy shop just because it's easy for me. Because then the Etsy will park the patterns for me, in case I lose them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the market. I'm going to the market.
All right, I'll see you in a while.
First market I'm going to is Market Basket. Yeah.
I go back all the time. Like I buy embroidery designs and stuff on Etsy, and I go back for them all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stuff over there.
Okay, then you're turning your strap around, which is nice and wide, so you could just do it like you would like a pair of pantyhose. They don't even hardly sell pantyhose anymore.
I know.
They're so flattering. I don't know why they wouldn't be a thing. They slim, they support, they make you look tan. I think it was a good invention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The girls hate them though. They would never put on a pair of pantyhose.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna press my strap.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better.
No, you can't.
You can. You're right.
Joanne, what was that? The first song I knew?
strap. And then I'm gonna go ahead and top stitch my strap before I attach it. Suzette's gonna be wishing she had this bag, Sally.
I'm sure she'll make it.
She's gonna say, I didn't know you were gonna change it.
I've decided to take the lining and like we did with the pockets, do that at the top too. So I don't know if you probably can't see it, but see what I did? That's my,
Joanne.
so I
What is-
took that.
Oh,
So just like you did with the pockets, I just added that little extra by bringing the
really?
lining up.
Oh, that's nice. Like faux piping, cool.
Yeah.
So I know I'm behind. So you sew around the top first and then add the strap?
I have not stitched around the top yet. I started working on the strap, but you can stitch around the top and then add the strap. Yeah, I think it would be easier to stitch around the top without the strap on there.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you. What did you say? I could not hear you over there.
So
I was,
show her what you did, Joanne. Is it too late?
oh no. I don't know if you can see that. I brought part of the lining up to the top. So you had that faux. And I was just wondering if we were supposed to sew around the top yet.
Oh,
And Andrea was saying it would be easier before you put on the straps, probably.
oh, okay.
So yeah, I wonder if I could get that same look with this green. It just looks so nice.
I
Why
know.
not? I think I'll even try it.
Uh, it really is pretty, and then it will.
Ah, look at my hair. My fan is on.
You're having fun, Cheryl.
I am.
My Isabel, ever since she was little, she'll start off the day with nice hair. At the end of the day, it is just crazy hair. And that's how you know
Is
she
it
had a-
curly?
No,
No?
it just well, it might have some texture, I guess, to it.
Uh-huh.
And that's how you know she's had a good day when the hair
That's great. That's how my younger one was. we're gonna sew the straps closed at the ends.
I did, yeah, and then so you fold it under, right?
Yep,
And then I just top stitch all the way around.
okay.
Yeah. I think though, because I already pressed the top, I'm gonna have to leave it how it is. The next one I would do that piping. Is it working, Joanne?
It is, but my white thread, because I have white on the top and blue on the bottom, I didn't check it. I can see my white thread on the bottom.
Oh, darn it.
So I don't know if I want to take it out. I might.
Let's see.
It was coming out nice too.
Can we see? Will we be able to see on the camera? Or no?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I can see it.
Oh, it's coming through onto the blue.
See, you can see it on the blue. Yeah.
Darn it.
Well, tell you the truth, I don't know where the tension is on this machine. I'll have to look it up.
Oh.
I never do that. I just have one color thread.
Unless it's black fabric and then I can't help myself.
No, I'm saying I always have one color thread, like for the, not like for everything. I mean, if I'm sewing something, I use one color thread. I don't, like it's all for the bobbin and for the top. I don't.
I don't know if I've ever had a different color in.
Really?
Yeah.
What if something's pink?
I'm trying to expand my thread options and I dipped into variegated threads and I'm happy with those. So like 10 years from now, I might switch the color in the bobbin.
Nature called, I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Okay, we stitched around the top and Joanne's bobbin thread was white and it's peeking out through her navy. So she's considering taking that stitching out.
Yeah,
Okay, but mine stitched around the top. I've stitched around my handle
okay.
and
I
now,
have to stitch a top.
okay. And now
Okay.
I just need to position my handle,
Okay,
which I'm going to, you can put this on the outside if you like the look or on the inside. I think I like the look of the handle being tucked on the inside and then stitched from the outside.
Okay.
And if you're so inclined, you could turn that into a little pocket.
Uh-huh. So inclined. You think of all these.
What's that?
You think of all these little neat things.
Yeah, you could put a little snap on there or
Yeah.
something. It'd be good for little things.
Okay, I'm gonna sew my bag top.
Okay.
Number 3. I can do anything better than you can.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I think so. I just want to make sure my handle's not too long. I think that's good. Okay.
Mhm.
Anything better than you. No, you can. Yes, I can. Dear. Oh dear, what can I ever be, dear, dear, what can I be? Oh dear, what can I ever be? Johnny, so long. You promised to find me a long.
And then the last step is to add, if you want some type of closure, I'm going to put these little fabric ties on it so I can tie it in a knot or in a bow, but a snap would work good as well, magnetic or you'd have to, well, actually magnetic wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to install it right now, but a regular snap could work good. A button would also be cute on this, a little button tab.
Mhm.
You could do Velcro if you like it. Heck, you could put a buttonhole in this and just button it right through.
Okay, Andrea, how far down into the bag am I putting the handle?
So mine went down about 2.5 inches, Cheryl.
Okay.
I like to add that second row of stitching.
Mm-hmm.
So one across the top and then one down at the base of that handle. And if you don't sew the sides of it, you can, I suppose, tuck something in there too. Like you could keep a little tissues in there.
Ah,
An emergency tissue.
yes.
I'm all about the tissue in COVID. No one wants to sneeze in a mask.
Yeah. That's for sure.
That was my warning always to the kids before they got on the school bus. Are you sure you have tissues? Because what if you sneeze?
Yep.
And they're like, I won't sneeze. I'm like, nobody knows when they're going to sneeze. No one.
Okay. And let's see. Yeah. Okay. 2.5.
Are you going to do the little drawstring ties on yours?
I am.
Okay. Do you know how to, I stitched mine up without showing you. Do you know how to fold them to create the strap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I have another little idea for you. If you leave a little tail on the ties,
Yeah.
tuck them down in there, leave a little tail, you could install a snap on this tail too, and that will give you an extra little closure
Oh,
without
yeah.
to see that snap on the
Yeah.
exterior.
Yes. Okay.
Or you could put like a little D-ring on that tail for your keys to clip your keys on.
Aha. You do have methods to your madness.
That was a fun sew. Thank you all for sewing with me.
This is fun.
Hmm.
Thank you for doing it with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, I have to say this machine's tension is horrendous.
Oh no.
No, it's just not letting me change it.
I'm gonna look up what the next Thursday project is while you guys are finishing up.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, that's cute.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the a lot on that. So fun. I can't wait to photograph it.
I'm going to wait until I try it on to sew the other side of the strap.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Cheryl, so you don't make it too long for yourself. Let's see what yours looks like though, Cheryl, for right now. Oh, that's fun.
And I put the,
Oh, it's a half.
I really like it.
thanks.
Pretty, pretty.
Nice beach bag.
Oh yeah, it would be fun. For
Yeah,
that.
that's what this one's going to be like when it's done.
Oh, hold it up again, Joanne. Nice.
Oh, okay.
Really pretty.
I think I'm just going to use navy thread on the top too, on the outside, like just on both sides because it's just looking terrible.
Are you gonna pick it all out or did you
I
already?
am. I'm going to pick it all out because I just don't like it, but I can't change the tension apparently. It won't let me. I mean, there's a place to do it, but it's not working well.
Hmm. And then are you happy with the design of the bag?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. I like this. Yeah, with the bottom.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
glad we could do that. I'm glad it was a small group and it didn't mess anybody up to do it. Okay, let's see what is coming up for us next. Okay, on the 8th of July, we were going to try the bobbin work.
Oh, that's fun.
It sounds
Right.
like it to me, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we should just probably bring scrap fabric with us and just have fun and experiment.
Is somebody doing that with us or? I mean, somebody showing, are you showing or is this?
It's going to be one of our experiments, like the ice dyeing. And so, yeah,
Okay.
that's how I learned best.
I went to a class on it, but it was tough because she was up front and we only could see like overhead to do
Mhm.
it. So I thought it was going to be a class that was hands-on and it wasn't.
No, I
So-
think we should all attempt it. So I'll find us some tutorials ahead of time in my research that we can watch, and then we should just play and share tips and results and see what comes
That
out of
sounds
that
good.
bobbin.
That's good.
Okay, so that's on July 8th. And then on the 15th, I was going to do bag making tips and favorite bag patterns. If we brought those to share.
Is there anything on the first or no?
I'm on vacation.
Okay.
So yeah, so I won't be here then. And then and then on the 22nd, we have a different time for that. It is 2 p.m. Mountain, I believe. Karen's coming to teach us intro to fabric painting.
On,
July 22nd. And so it'll be a different time though. I have it 2 p.m. and I think this calendar is Mountain Time, so it'll be 4 Eastern. So
okay.
we won't meet that morning, but it'll be worth it to watch Karen fabric paint. And then on the 29th is our sewing room tours.
So on the 22nd, it'll be at 4 Eastern time.
Mhm.
Oh, so we have to have our sewing room clean, you're saying, by the 29th?
Yeah, you don't have to have it clean. You just gotta show us your goodies. I honestly, I have just as much fun in a messy sewing room as a clean one, so it doesn't matter to me. And then in August, because I want to get our underpants on the schedule.
Can we back up a minute on the 8th? What are we doing? Oh, bobbin work.
Yeah, so bring all your favorites, Cheryl.
Yeah,
Favorite samples and goodies to share if you have
okay,
samples of that. And
Great.
then into August, it's supposed to be pet accessories on August 5th. So the next opening is August 12th. Should I put in under?
So the 5th and the 12th.
The 5th is pet accessories.
Okay.
And then the 12th, should I put in there? What's an appropriate thing? It could show up in the newsletter. Is it inappropriate to put underpants in the title? Is there another name for it? What's the formal name? Undergarment?
Pantaloons.
Panties, I don't know.
Pantaloons.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Pantaloons.
How do you spell that, Cheryl?
Pantaloon. Pantaloon.
Pantl.
No, Panta. Pantaloons. Loons.
And I'll put a smiley face next to it. Okay.
And those are the regular morning classes.
Yeah, on the Thursdays. Yeah. The
Okay.
only one that's different is Karen's, and that's just because she is in Arizona and she's doing it as a guest.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
Yeah, a guest appearance. Okay, fun. So that's a lot to look forward to. You don't have a pet though, right, Jillian? You don't have a pet.
I have to get you a pet rock.
Oh, that's true. Dan, you don't have a pet either, Sally, do you?
No,
A pet rock for Sally too.
I might be allergic to that too.
Oh.
All right, guys. So we'll let Joanne pick in peace. And you're gonna finish your straps, Cheryl. And then will you be able to bring them on Friday so we can show everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
That's
you for coming,
great.
Sally. Okay, I'll
Fun
see
to
you all
see you again,
tomorrow.
Sally.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.